Hi guys, welcome to my video. So I'm just going to talk you through the setup I've got in my E92 2007 BMW 335i in regards to an OBD USB cable and a little bit of an MHD dash setup. So what I've got is I've got my tablet mounted up here. It's just on, if it pops off. An eBay screen mount. I mean, I know some people may feel it's a little bit obtrusive in the way, but it works for me, it's cool. And below that I've got 3 cables coming out here. Now, I did this setup and I put it in place about 2 months ago, and since then I've come up with a few new ideas that are going to get rid of these cables for me, which I'll talk you through. So the first cable is an aux cable. It runs all the way through here, down the back, underneath this trim here, and pops into my aux port here. So that were a nice little one. The second one I'll show you while it's here, comes from the USB here, same way all the way through. It goes up behind here, behind the stereo, and comes out here. So this is the charge cable for the Android. So I've got my aux, my charge cable, and this next one here is a USB. The top part here is a USB to OBD, which runs behind here. You can just see the corner of it there, behind the steering wheel, down and into the OBD section here. Now, the whole point of this video is just to show that obviously I've got no cable poking out here. Everything's hidden, tucked away nicely. The only thing with it is I've had to, I've relocated the OBD part. I've removed the screws, connected my OBD cable into it, cable tied it up and pushed it to the back. So if you were obviously going to take it into a garage or whatever, they're only going to have USB access, and I'm not quite sure how that works. But for me, it's cool because I do a lot of the work myself, or I've got a local tech who I code read it and get that stuff done there. So I'm going to reverse the process really and just show you how I did it. I'm a bit of a DIYer, so there may be better ways to do it, but this works for me. And while I'm here, just the thoughts I've had, I've actually ordered one on these cables. 2 things. Number 1, I found that you can get a little black box that's got a USB and an aux plug in it. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of mounting one here with a USB and an aux, and then I can plug a smaller cable in there into my tablet when I need it. That's one thought that I had. The second thought is, obviously at the moment, if I want to hook up to MHD, I need to plug this with this little crazy connector in on the end to go into the bottom of my tablet. When I'm not using that, I keep it on charge using this one. So what I've done is I've ordered a Y cable, so it obviously splits into 2, so I can effectively plug these into my Y cable, push these back, and then I'm just going to have one coming out that'll just nice and snug pop into the bottom of my tablet, and then I can have my MHD and a low voltage charge there as well. So that'll eliminate one of the wires and make it look a little bit tidier. But as I say, it works for me. I know this would probably frustrate a few people, but I could make them a bit shorter. The tablet stays in here all the time. It's purely for the car. The only time I have to take it off is if the charge runs a little bit low, which is sometimes this don't output enough to keep it fully charged all the time. So I could tuck these away and have them a little bit snugger behind there, and then you wouldn't see much. But as I say, it's cool for me. So, tools for getting this USB OBD cable. Obviously you need one of those cables, and probably about 1 meter or 1.5 to be safe in length. So that's kind of male USB to OBD, which is behind there. Tools, I've got a couple of dash removers there, another small flat-headed screwdriver just for prying, and I've obviously got all my Torx adapters there, and a posi screwdriver you're going to need as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse the process a bit. The first thing you need to tackle is there's a posi screw in here. which removes the bonnet catch. Now it's a little bit fiddly to get back on that. You have to get the pin right so it's got the tension in it, but we got that. So I need to take that off. I'll pop this out of the way, take this off. I then need to remove the 2 torque screws here and here in this drawer. Remove that out of the way. And then this just pretty much pulls out. So what I'll do is I'll just get these bits out of the way first, and then I'll start the video again, and we'll take it from there. Okay guys, so OBD little flaps removed. There's a little posi screw there which takes off your bonnet catch. Once your bonnet catch is off, there's another posi screw just underneath it. You need to take that one out. And 2 torque screws have come out of here. Okay, so now this panel here, with a little bit of gentle persuasion, comes off, unhooks from under there. Okay, so this is out of the way now. Now, what you can see here is these are the 2 posi screws there where your OBD pot should be mounted onto. Okay, so I've just removed those 2. It's tucked away up here, so we'll get to that in a minute. As I say, I'm just reversing the process at the moment. Obviously mine's already done. So the next thing I'm going to do is tackle these here. 1, 2, 3. This should drop this panel down out here, and they are some small torque screws there. So just 3 of those by the looks of it. And that's going to pop off there. Then I do believe to get this drawer out, there is another screw located under here. So that's next step. I'm going to pop these torques out and then start again. Okay, so I've removed the 3 torque screws, and the top flap just literally pulls down. There's a bit of insulation on the back there. Now we need to disconnect this light, which is a little LED light under here. Little clip on the end, give that a little bit of a pull. That's that one out, so I can remove this panel now. That's out of the way. Okay, so I can get underneath now. Excuse the poor camera skills. And we can see tucked away under here is my OBD cable hooked up to the OBD port here. So what you'll find is once you've removed it from here, you're going to need to tuck it up and away, purely because there's not enough space behind this panel to leave it lingering around there. Plus I wanted it nice and tight, so it's actually, I've stuck a couple of cable ties on it, tucked it away up there. Now the cable is here. This runs underneath here and it goes up the back. Now you can then pick it up here between the steering wheel, if you can see that from a better angle. So it runs underneath the back, up and through. You can pick it up there if you raise your steering wheel to the top. Then it goes up here, around the side, here, and then behind the panel here. Now to get this off, the first time that you do it, this long silver bar here, the first time you do it you'll be like right gentle with it and use your pry tools and stuff like that, but once you've done it a few times you just need to pull on the side here, pop, out she comes, take it off all the way along. Now what I did was I removed the silver trim, removed it, took the vents out, took it off, and then just using a junior hacksaw I just cut a couple of really slight triangle slits in there just to allow the cables to seat in a bit better. And you can hardly even notice them. I'm a bit funny with my OEM stuff. I don't really like hacking stuff or damaging stuff really. But with this one I made an exception, and if you just do the nixing you can't actually see anything. So maybe that's something you will need to do it, or your cables will just get hacked away. And as I say, the only tricky part really is getting the bonnet catch back on. You just need to twist it and apply the catch back onto it once you've finished. So as I say, fairly simple. I mean, I talked about removing this jaw here. If you do, just backtracking a bit, There you go. So it gets you better access now to your cable and tucking your OBD port away up there. I knew I'd taken it out for a reason. You can filter that cable through there, under there. Probably needs securing a bit better than it is, to be fair, but as I say, it's fine. I've not had any issues with it. I mean, it's been done for a couple of months, so and there you go. That's my walkthrough for you, so I hope it's of use to anyone. As I say, any suggestions or anything you think I can do just to improve it a bit, I'm more than open to any ideas. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.